Hey guys, oh my god, okay. I'm not crying. What's happening right now is just weird sickness. I sound ridiculous. Whatever. Anyway, so, it, that's weird. Anyway, so it's that turkey weekend. Yay, go Canada. Um, but that's not what I want to talk about, so we're just gonna not talk about that. What we are going to talk about, though, is when it comes to friends and dealing with other people's problems and all of that other fun stuff, especially if you've got your own life, which, obviously you do, whether you go out and talk to people or not, you still have a life of some sort. I don't care if you sit on your computer all day and you blog, or you just sit there and you do your homework, or maybe you actually go outside and do that kind of a thing. It doesn't matter because you still have a life. Just whatever. Here's the deal. Friends are there for each other. True. Very true. Friends are kind of like your support unit, sort of like your family, but they're not as connected to you. So it's a little bit easier, I guess, when it comes to being really honest with someone, because you're not like, hey, we're blood related. You're supposed to be not, you're supposed to be like brutally honest. I mean, your family should be brutally honest too, but, whatever. Yeah, so friends are kind of that this is what's up, get it together type deal, right? Well, it's kind of hard to tell people that, isn't it? And when you're dealing with your own stuff, and then you've got friends who are dealing with their stuff, and you've got multiple friends dealing with their stuff, it can start to weigh really heavily on you, and that starts to make you worse. Like, it's because the conflict is you want to be there for your friends, obviously. You want to be able to help them. You want to be able to do that. You still want to do well in school. You still want to get all your stuff done. You still want to help yourself deal with your stuff. But you want to be there for your friends, and you don't want to say no to them because you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, what if they decline? What if something goes really wrong? And because it's really weird to have to say to someone, if you're always there for them, to say, you know what, I can't deal with this right now, and it's not because I don't care about you, but it's because I care about you so much that is starting to really impact my own life. And it really sucks to have to say something like that because you feel like such a jerk. Like, you actually feel so rude, and that's the thing, right? You don't want to have to be like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Like, it sounds like you're saying, I'm sorry, but your problems are too much for me to handle right now, and I have to deal with my own stuff, so I'll see you later. What you're saying, like, what you're actually saying is more so like, I really want to help you, but I also really have to help myself, and I'll still help you, but I really need to focus on me right now, and, because, I mean, it sucks too if you've got friends that they don't go to school but they work, or so you're always trying to do your homework and they don't do that kind of stuff, so sometimes they're like, oh, well, it's okay if you don't study right now. But if you're like me and say you've got some assignment coming up, or you've got something to do or a test, I actually get so, like, I can't deal with myself. Like, I get livid, not angry, I get livid if I can't study what I feel like I'm supposed to. Like, it's just there. And this routine thing, I have to stick to my routine, otherwise it's just angry things everywhere. Anyway, so there's that kind of a thing, right? And or you've got friends that are also in school, so you're like, okay, so they understand that, you gotta do your assignments, gotta study for your tests, gotta do like all this other stuff, and yet they still just pile everything on top of you, and you're like, please stop. I can't focus on a 12-page essay and midterms and finals when you just keep doing this. And it's not fair to you, but it's also not fair to them, right? So that's when you really do have to back up and say, I'm really sorry, I care about you, I really do, but I can't help you right now. And it sucks because when it's at a really important time in someone's life that they have that support, it's really, really hard to have to back away. But the thing is, no matter what you're doing in life, whether you're just whether you're going to school, whether you're working, whether you're still trying to find a job, it doesn't matter. If you're dealing with your own stuff, you can't always try and solve other people's problems, because then you start to feel guilty about everything that goes wrong, and that makes it worse. Like, you're gonna have so many nights where you just can't sleep because you're stuck up, like, just trying to study at like 2 a.m. because you spent the rest of the day trying to help your friends, or you're just sitting there and you can't sleep because you feel so horrible, you feel so scared, and it's not fair. I mean, it's really nice to have friends to be there for your support system, but you can't just be like all the time putting your problems on your friends. Because, I mean, it's nice to have support, but you also have to be able to figure out how to deal with things yourself. Like, for me personally, I prefer just to not tell people things just because it's so much easier. Like, I feel like I can actually get myself out of the trouble areas if I learn how to deal with them myself in the first place. So say I'm having like a really bad week, if I can make myself get out of that bad week and I figure out what it was that I did that helped me get out of that, then the next time I have a really bad week, I'm like, you know, if I could make it through the last time this happened, I can make it through this one by myself. And I mean, that's not always the way to do it, but it also doesn't constantly put pressure on my friends. Because your friends aren't going to know the answers to everything. You can be like, I don't know why this is happening. What's going on? And they're going to feel so bad because they're not going to be able to actually tell you anything. They're going to be like, I don't know. I don't have the answers for you. And that's the thing. Not everybody has the answers. If you want real answers, and sometimes they are wrong, yes, but it does help, go talk to an actual doctor. Go talk to a therapist. Do something, because you can't treat your friends like therapists. You can treat them as support systems, but you can't treat them as a therapist that's going to help you through all your problems. Because a therapist can be like, hey, so this is kind of what's going on, and they can link it to things. Be like, you know what, this is actually linked to this. Or this problem is actually mostly caused by this problem. So if we deal with this, this is going to go away. And I'm going to teach you how to deal with all of this and deal with situations in real life so you can actually better cope with that. And that's what they're there for. A friend can be like, I don't know, man, you want to go drinking? Like, sure, your friends can offer you advice and all that great stuff. They can maybe get you to go out with them for a little bit so that you get your mind off the stuff, but it doesn't actually solve the problem. So constantly putting your problems on your friends, not a good idea. Using them as support systems, great. Using them as therapists, no. And I know it really sucks because I've had to do it before, and I still don't always do it because sometimes you feel so scared that something's going to go wrong if you do, or that they're just going to end up hating you, or they're going to blame you for other problems, or maybe something's going to go so bad and you're just not going to be there for them. And it's like, but you can't always think about that stuff. What you have to think about is the fact that if you're being worn out by your own stuff that you can't deal with because you're dealing with their stuff and you're trying to go to school or trying to go to work or whatever, that's a lot of energy that's being pulled out of you. And the thing is, if you want to actually be successful, to be able to help your friends and to be able to, I don't know, not get fired or flunk out, even though maybe you've been doing really well with helping people so far, but you can't do it forever. You have to recharge your battery at some point, because whether you like it or not, batteries do die, and it's, you either get new ones or you recharge them. So you kind of have to recharge your own battery at some point. No matter how painful it is to unplug yourself from your friends, you have to do it at some point, just so that you can better help them in the future. So that's the thing for today. So I'm gonna continue to be sick and really gross, as per usual, and yeah, stay strong, my little warriors. Y'all got this. Just be a Norseman. Anyway, that was weird. Yeah. Happy tea gives, all up in the Canada. I'm really sick. Yeah, this is not working properly. I'll see you later.